Hey guys, happy Friday. I'm wishing everybody a good weekend coming up. For the southern states, we want the northern states to come get their winter because we're not accustomed to it, and we want to get back to our warmth and flip flop. Because yeah, winter been hanging out in my backyard. I guess winter's on vacation and came too far down. Yeah, so y'all can have winter back. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into the news cycle. So, starting off this week, I think the first thing I heard was that there was the prayer breakfast, and I guess all the Christian leaderships and I guess members um met up with our current president. They had a breakfast, and our president is not the most humble person, and when he speaks, he tends to ramble on. He goes from subject to subject, and a lot of people felt that a lot of what he said wasn't appropriate. What else is new? Anyway, and then also he's been talking about nationalizing the election, and he feels that um when the previous elections took place, that there was fraud. I guess that's why, he keeps saying he didn't lose that election to Biden that time, and he's still upset about that. So I heard like the election, like is it a facility in Georgia, was raided by a federal agent, and they took a lot of the election, I guess, records or ballots. Don't know what's going on there. So yeah, so he's having an issue with um the election process overall. And then I've been listening to a lot of the news podcasts, and it appears they say that he's focusing on cities that are predominantly black cities. Some were mentioned, like Detroit, Atlanta, and I guess the whole state of Pennsylvania was mentioned. So yeah, it's usually a race thing. It's always a race thing. So what else is new, guys? Um, I'm kind of numb to the race thing. I'm just going to let y'all know I'm proud that God chose me to be born black. I like my complexion, and I do think that as a black person, we are the strongest, and because we go through a lot of stuff. I'm just saying, and we're continue going through a lot of stuff. It's just life. Anyway, moving on. Also, Epstein file. This Epstein file is ongoing, and then they throw in a lot of distraction to get away from it. This time, a lot more came out. A lot more wealthy people names were exposed. You know, they're in there, and I think that was the reason in the beginning to not have these files come out. But you know what? I really think these things been going on for a long, long time. It's because technology has gotten more advanced. Everybody has a phone, everybody has a video, news and news information comes out quicker. Okay. These things have been going on for years and years and years. So now it's coming out. The only thing is our president is in that file, and so are a lot of other people also doing deeds that they're not going to be proud of. Okay. But it's been going on a long time, and they're just trying to hide their sins, and they're throwing in all these distractions so we don't remain focused on this. But y'all just need to pray to God and ask for forgiveness, because you're doing a lot of the stuff that the Bible speaks against, and I'm not your judge. God is your judge. And if you really believe in a God, if you believe in a God, um You will be judged at the end. It's in Revelations. And, the first time it was the flood, y'all, and he cleaned the whole earth because the earth was gotten so wicked at that time period. And I'm going to say it's back and probably worse now. Anyway, moving on from that, guys. Also, they were upset. I think it was today. I don't know if it was this morning he posted. Well, February is Black History Month. I think he's trying to work to take that away. But guys, really, even if he took away the whole month, as a Black person, and just like in the old days, in some of the tribes and whatever, your history is verbal. You pass it on to the next generation. You tell your little ones the truth, the stories, even if they ban every book or whatever. Make sure your elders, the little ones, listen to their parents and their elders so that the knowledge and history of the truth will never be lost. Okay? Wicked things were done, and I'm going to say not all white and Caucasian people are evil. There are some good ones out there. Sometimes it seems far and few in between, but they are. And there were people back in the day, underground, railroad, and whatever, were supporting the Black people because they knew it was wrong. Okay, and you just have to be strong and speak up. And I know it's hard to speak up, and I know people lose hope. But y'all, we've been called all kind of things through the ages. The name calling you should be numb to. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. They say that, but sometimes the names do hurt. But if you get tough, it won't. So I think it was this morning. I guess our current president, and he likes to post a lot of stuff. He has a lot of time to post. That's why a lot of people think that Stephen Miller is really in control. I'm just saying. He posted like an AI I don't know, picture, which displayed one of our former president and first lady. So it was Obama, I think, as an ape, and Michelle as an ape. And I was like, oh, people. And to me, I'm like, please. You know what reminded me when he did that? I remember that movie. Y'all remember the movie Planet of the Apes? And the apes were the intelligent one, and they had all the humans in as slaves. Okay, that's what I thought of, and I said, how funny. Don't speak things into existence. How funny if that really was so. How would you feel? But the apes weren't apes. They had our skin color and very intelligent. So you guys need to stop that nonsense and don't pay attention to that, because I consider all that stuff childish. So he has all this time on his hands to post those things. What you all should really be focusing on, there's a conflict going on right now in the Iran, Middle East area. The military, he has sent armadas over there. Okay, there were jet fighters up in the air this week, taking down Iran's drones. Iran was following ships. Okay, our ships. Okay, and the military was able to be successful in holding off those attacks. So we have our young military soldiers over there in that area right now. And he wants to tell another nation to denuclearize, I guess, don't have nuclear weapons. But I never could understand when other countries get involved in other countries' affairs. I could never understand, because it's like me, like, okay, let's say I'm the queen of some country, right? And then I have some other country coming over here telling me how to run my country. So it's like, kind of remind me of like when the British was like conquering all the islands, going everywhere. They were everywhere, right? So they call it, you're colonizing. I never could understand, why can't you just run your own country and keep out of other people's affairs and business? And I do think that our current administration is stretching our military too thin. I mean, you in Venezuela, you want Greenland, you mentioned Cuba, you'd be threatening Canada, you'd be threatening Mexico. And then not only that, while they're over in the Middle East, I heard China had a ship over there, and Russia was sending I think send like weapons to help out Iran. So I'm like, what is going on? Are we going to go into a war? Is that what you guys like up in the top? Just to fight all the time? Just war, war, war. Why you have your citizens here? Mind you, not only brown people or black people they're trying to get rid of, their own kind is suffering. The ones that are not wealthy. Okay, never mind his few MAGA supporters. I call it few because every day I hear of some MAGA supporter, or used to be a MAGA supporter, so disappointed and is reevaluating why did they vote for him. I'm just saying, these are the things I'm hearing. So I wouldn't focus, guys, and get so upset with his little posts and in AI videos. Yes, it can be insulting and all of that, but there are more important things that are going on, guys. And, I don't really think the Epstein files are going to go anywhere. I mean, we know we have wicked people that do wicked things up in high places. Those are the people who have the power, correct? And who usually don't have the power? The people at the bottom, right? So you just have to continue trying to do right, prayers, because God does get tired, and he does discipline. And when he disciplines, we're not going to like, but he does give us people a chance. He gives people a chance until he just gets tired and he just wiped the place clean. He did that with the flood. They start all over again, and we're back almost to the same wickedness, probably even more. But evil's going to be evil, guys. Yeah, and the saddest story for me that I heard about was Savannah Guthrie. She's like a reporter, I think with ABC. And someone abducted her mom, who's 84 years old, who, her heart is not the best and who's on medicine, came and took that woman out of her home. And now we're hearing that some ransom note was sent to, I think, TMZ and some other station, basically saying the same thing and needing payment in Bitcoin with some Bitcoin address, and had deadline. And it's like a threat, like if they don't get this payment, I don't even know if Savannah Guthrie is wealthy like that and what's happening. But it's a shame that this woman got to be 84 years old and someone came and took her out of her home, and we don't know if she's well or not. So I'm praying for her family. Y'all pray for her. Focus on the important things and don't get distracted. Okay, guys? Now, if you like what I share, just hit the like button, subscribe, and you guys stay safe and say prayers for the United States of America, because we need it. We need it. And I know that God is not a boring God because he made all races, and he made so many beautiful animals with so many different patterns and colors and flowers and trees. He's not boring, but I don't know why people who are racist are so boring. They only like one it's like there's some fear, and the fear, I don't get it. Yeah, baby, I don't want to hurt you. All I want to do is love and live just like you, without harm and with peace. Have a good day, guys.